I had to jump on here and do this legitimately because people were making fun of me being that they could see my linens. They were like,
the linens dog.
They was like, linens dog, really dog? Yeah, like
what is that? That's not even.
They was hating on.
What's that? 400, bro? That's not even.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were.
That's not even satin, bro.
What is that? Is that a burlap sheet? You got a burlap sheet?
Oh man.
Like, you don't even have a tiger blanket in there, bro.
Bruh, where's your tiger blanket? Winter's coming, dog.
Winter's coming. Get your tiger
blanket out, dog.
Alright.
Not on there.
Dude.
Go for it.
My laptop's never made so much noise. Alright, go for it.
Alright.
It's like chugging.
Chugging.
Yeah, this app is really
going for
taking
it.
A toll on it. Yeah.
Alright. It's like our friend, he has his PS4. Bro, that thing is like a jet engine. I'm like, dog, what's going on over there, man?
You better not burn the house down with that.
Oh, yeah. Alright, here we go. And 3, 2, and what?
I saw myself in the mirror with a sad look. Then I saw him run screaming. It smiled back at me.
Hey everybody, it is the favorite time of year, guys. One of the top 5 seasons, and that is spooky season.
Yeah.
Trying to add some lights in.
Yeah, let's get some. Let's or bring the lights down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bring the lights down.
Spooky.
Bring them down. Bring it in. And are we gonna do this in black and white? I don't know. Maybe.
I mean,
who knows, guys? But you know what you need to know? You need to know about Anime Me Pod. Sal, tell them what it's about.
Anime Me Pod is about 2 bros watching anime and showing you how to love anime. Boom. One episode at a time, by the way. First episode at a time.
What episode at a time? First episode at a time, guys, as always. And to kick off the anime season, guys, the spooky season, we got one that is from my childhood. We are watching Serial Experiments Lain.
You know, I thought it was an older anime. I didn't look anything up, as I usually try not to.
Yeah.
But as I'm watching, I'm like, hey, yo, this anime looks like it's got to put Bengay on its knees and it goes to sleep at 9 o'clock.
It looks like it's about 5 years away from retirement.
This anime looks like it tells people to get off its lawn or
get off the lawn.
This anime looks like it would it take cold soup back and say, taste this soup, it's too cold. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that's what this anime drinks its coffee black. You know what I'm saying? Like,
drinks it black.
Oh, it's probably.
Well, Sal, hit us with that synopsis, Mike.
Hey, yo. Okay, so I had to watch this straight up bootleg.
Yeah, this is one I like. It's gone bootleg right now. I don't know why. So I had to look for it to figure out where to send you.
Mm-hmm. So there's it's a paragraph long. I like some of the synopsis, but then the synopsis starts telling the whole story, and I'm like, we ain't about that life. We're about being as vague as possible.
Dude, a Roboco style. 3 minutes.
All right, let me get the synopsis here. Lain Iwakura. What do you think? Am I close? Iwakura?
Yeah. Yeah.
An awkward and introverted 14-year-old is one of the many girls from her school to receive a disturbing email from her classmate, Chisa Yamura. The very same Chisa who recently committed. Lain has neither the desire nor the experience to handle her basic technology. Yet, when the technophobe opens technophobe, I guess that's her, opens the email, it leads her straight into the wired and virtual world of communication networks, similar to what we know as the internet. I'm gonna stop the synopsis right there. That's where we are.
That's where we're at.
That's how I knew how old this. I was like, there was a scene in there. They're like, "Have you checked your email? You should be checking your email once a day." And I'm like,
once a day.
No, kids. No, kids don't even know how to use email, Joe Angel. Like right now,
they don't even know what an email is, man.
No idea. That's like, you mean that old form of communication?
No email, no AIM.
Aren't you not on Flirm? Flirm is all the rage right now. Actually, there's another one called I think it's called Be Real. Have you heard of Be Real?
What?
Yeah, bro. I know. Hey, we're about to find out how old Joe Angel is, bro. Like, kids aren't on Snapchat. They're not on. Well, I mean, they are a little bit on Snapchat. Your mom's on Facebook. All right. You and me, we're on Instagram. Younger kids are on Snapchat and TikTok-ish, and then the really young kids are on Be Real. So Be Real is like an app where you I think you take a picture of what you're looking at, and then you take a picture of yourself, and they it's like side by side, and it's like in a moment. Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to explain it like an old man trying to explain the internet.
Are they taking the whole pics are not real type thing?
I think so. I think that's what it is. It's like, yeah, Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah, Pixar didn't happen, bro.
And they're just like,
which now if you think about it, you could just find a picture and be like, look, see, I told you it happened.
No joke.
You didn't even have to be there.
I have done it.
But now they're holding each other accountable. That's what it is. They're holding each other accountable now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Take a picture of it and you there.
Yeah. I want a selfie of the Mona Lisa behind you. Okay? If you say you're in in France, you better have that Mona Lisa.
Show your hands. I need to make sure you have all 5 fingers, not 10.
Hold up.
You like that? He's not real.
I'm not real. I'm not real. This show is like, it's like, I could feel the age on it in a good way. Like, I could tell. Yeah. It was like, it's like seeing another older person at a young person's event. You know, you go, oh no, I'm the oldest person here. And then you see like one other person that like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
They're about my age.
It's like one concert I went to, I just stood in the back because I didn't know the bands. There's a lot of, the crowd was kind of younger. So I was all like, am I the only other guy? I look over and there's another older person there. It's like, I'm right, cool.
Yeah. You make eye contact and you go, yeah, hey, I'm looking for a seat too because I don't think I could stand for 3 hours.
Yeah. Which I think I told you that story before.
What's that? About
it was the chick that I met at the concert.
I don't think I have.
I'm not sure if I told you that story.
I don't think you have.
This will be an off podcast talk.
Oh, snap. Hey, make sure you subscribe to our paid version and then you can hear this story. That doesn't exist. But maybe we should put some stuff behind the paywall, you know, like
behind the paywall.
You've bleeped me a few times, you know, like the edited version. So like maybe if we have the unedited version where it's like
unedited version without the bleeps,
raw, like, you know, like
raw. Can you see how unorganized we are?
Yeah, let's pay for that. Oh, dude.
Let's pay for that.
Paying for mess, like absolute garbage. Yeah. Hear that hot garbage
Garbage.
Where the audio, my audio sounds like a chipmunk, and Joe Angel has to lower me a couple octaves so I sound like a human being.
Sounds like a human being.
Nobody wants to pay for that. All right, let's see what else. I wrote some other stuff here. Let's see here. How old is Lain? Because she's out there in public and she's like, "It's too loud out here." I'm like, how many times have I said that?
how many times have I said that today?
Today, I'm like, she's like in a subway and she's like, "I wish everybody would just shut up." I'm like, yeah, Lain, I get it.
Which that's just the typical, teenage girl stuff. And they just want everybody to shut up, man.
Just everybody keep it down. And everybody else is like, what?
She's got the kids for Robocode next to her just yelling.
Dude, and she doesn't say a word. She doesn't say a word. Like, there's a lot of like non-dialogue in this show. Like, it's just a bunch of. Actually, you know what? I did write this down because I thought that was pretty funny. Like the city is loud. They're making a point of how like the city is like a bustling place wherever. I'm not exactly sure where she is. I don't know if they set the scene of where she is, but like she's in a city. I'm guessing Tokyo somewhere, and it's loud except for the sound that they are creating to make it be like this is a bustling place, and they use the same sound, like the same soundscape. It sounds like they're inside a kitchen of a restaurant, like like they just went to.
They told one of the animators before his dishwasher shift ended, to be like, "Hey, put your phone on record real quick. We got to get some audio. We got to get some background audio."
You make a joke, Joey. I hear like dishes clanging and like she's out in public and she's just like, "Oh, everything is just so loud. The city's so loud," and I'm just like, that's just the inside of a Chinese kitchen, okay? Like, what are these noises? What are these noises of the city? Like it's so funny. And you can also tell that it's older because of the way they're illustrated. I've never seen like regular faced people. Like these are like the eyes are a little bit bigger, but not too much. Like everybody
not overly exaggerated.
Everybody's like faces are semi proportional. Like that girl has an actual nose. The mouth is almost proportional. Like everybody seems a little proportional, which also feels a little old school because I feel like we saw that in Gundam, the old school Gundam.
Yeah, Gundam was a little bit more proportional.
They're a little bit more proportional. They're not like as cartoony drawn or exaggeratedly drawn. So that's what this feels like. Have you told me about this anime before?
I've mentioned it a couple times when we talked about other stuff. I know I mentioned it way back in our first episode. Can a Ghost Be a Pilot? Go check that out.
Okay.
This is one of the ones that I picked up as a kid and watched all the way through.
Okay.
So, which I'll talk about later.
Okay. The sounds. So keeping going with the sounds. The sounds are how can I say it? They are like turned up to 11. Like the dad gets on the keyboard and it's just like clack 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 clack, and they're having a dialogue. Like they're talking.
His setup.
Hey.
All those screens,
bro,
dude.
He is
her dad started the Matrix.
he's either that or he's like the guys who are the guys that hack people and they wear the Guy Fawkes.
Oh yeah, Anonymous.
Anonymous. He's anonymous. He's got it, dude. He's been at it since the 90s.
He's got it. He's the original Anonymous.
He is a hacker, dude. Like nobody has that computer set up, especially back in the 90s.
Especially back in the 90s, bro.
That's a $10,000 setup.
You know how much power you use? You know how that power bill is going to
be? He's like, turn everything off in the house. Also, do not be on the phone. You cannot be on the phone.
No phone calls whatsoever.
The sound, like right now, I told you that my computer is set up and I'm doing this whole video and I'm hearing the hum of my computer. Like, it's just a hum. Like, it's just like a little bit of a buzz. The computers back in the day, that computer that man is on, you can't hear anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like that computer is making like noises. We're talking like
That thing's got a diesel engine on the back of it, bro.
oh man, there's something about like old school like shows, movies, and the way they imagine computers. Actually, they still do it in like
Yeah,
today's age. Like when you're like they're on a computer and the hackers like clicking things and kind of
yeah,
figuring out like what's happening or like looking behind something or they want to like
yeah,
take a photo and like zoom it in and it's making like
yeah, yeah.
and I'm like
Doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's all
make
like, my
no
computer can't do that.
yeah that's just Photoshop. Okay, I use Photoshop.
Yeah,
There's no dinging noises. If there were noises while I was using Photoshop, I'd be like, nah, I'm using a different program. I'm moving to
I'm
Canva.
using different.
Okay, I'm moving to
I
Canva.
don't need all this noise.
It's way too much and turn the volume down. But I'm like, so all the noises. There's the other. I could go on about the noises. They're having dinner together, and you hear them like smacking their food. Do you hear that part? They're all like, I don't want to do it because everybody's gonna be mad, but they're like, and I'm like, somebody recorded that and thought that we would need that.
This is ASMR before ASMR was a thing.
This is there. People would if you're like into ASMR, this show is for you. Okay, like get on this show because
Crazy.
You got keyboard clacking, you got computer clacking, you got lip smacking. I mean, like they got everything for
Lip
you,
smacking,
dude.
everything.
I can,
Dude, yeah, it's the whole blend of the background noise, all the dialogue, and the music too, like intertwined with
that
that.
ominous
Dude,
music, the
yeah,
sounds, all of that stuff
the
is
sound.
you have to, and that's I guess that's where we're getting with this is that if you were to watch a scary movie, like pick any scary movie, and just like turn the audio off, like turn it like watch it on mute, it's not as
Yeah,
scary. It won't be as scary.
nah.
That you,
Sounds. It's the sounds that make it scary. It could be no dialogue, but if the sounds and the eeriness is there, dude,
yeah, I
crazy.
and that's I think that's what they're leaning into was all that. You also gotta kind of walk me through some of this stuff because okay, so like that's just the show, but like she is an awkward teenager. I'm guessing she's like 12 or 14, probably. I think she's 14 years old, and somebody has this girl Chisa has, as the kids would say, herself.
Yeah, she checked out early.
She checked out early, but we're not sure that she did because there's an email sent out and it came from her, and everybody's gotten this email and they're like, "Hey, yo, I thought she was like not alive. What's going on here?"
It's
And then,
almost like there's another horror movie called I think Unfriended.
uh-huh. Oh wait,
I think that I think that one has to do with like somebody that isn't there anymore, but their email and account is still active and starts going after like all these people. Cause I think it happened to like they're all Zoom calling or
mhm.
having like a meeting like that. But that person is like they're each getting picked out one by one.
Yes, okay. I think I may have. Was there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I remember seeing that one. Yeah, and this also feels a little bit like I don't know. We only watched the first episode. I'd like to see this happen. I don't know what happened. She gets on the computer and gets in this email,
Yeah.
and she is in the internet. What happened there? Like there was electricity. I actually technically don't know how the internet works. We're doing it right now, so
We're doing it right now. I don't know what's going on, but
I don't know. It's
it's
just
happening.
it's like it's like in the air. Like is the internet
Yeah.
here? Where is the internet really? Like
Yeah.
I don't have this plugged into anything. I don't know. But I'm a little I didn't know what happened at the end,
Yeah.
I guess. because she finally like finds the email that her friend sent to her, and the friend
Yeah.
she ends
It's
up in the
like-
internet, and her
it's-
friend tells her, "I'm not
Yeah.
dead. I'm like in the computer."
Yeah, kind of like how, oh my gosh, what's his name? And did you ever watch the What If animated series from Marvel?
Yeah,
It's the
I
one.
did.
It was the episode with Hawkeye and Black Widow where they're trying to take down Ultron, and it's the guy who put himself in the computer and is still alive.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so that is a real.
I think it might be, yeah.
Do you know?
Kind of think of something like that. What they were going towards.
So this is a real thing that people think can happen. Elon Musk is working on this Neuralink. We've talked about this, but
Yeah.
we would be working towards what they call the singularity. Have you heard of this word?
Yeah.
The singularity.
Yeah, singularity.
So yeah, you would be able to like download your thoughts, download your likeness or your yourself to the internet,
Yeah.
and we would all kind of live in the internet. So is Chisa the first one to be part of the singularity? That's where we're at. I'm not gonna no joke,
Yeah, that's where we're at.
no spoilers, but maybe that's where we at. That's where we at. Which I mean, I think the only scary part of this show is probably having to check your email once once a day. That's I was like, I go, this is. I mean, the music is ominous, but really that whole like technology part, like having to be connected all the time,
Yeah.
and having to look, dude. I have like 3,000 to 5,000 unread emails. And I'm just like, and it scares me, Joe Angel. It scares me.
I have a little thing where, so on my phone, like I really don't like. I really try to like minimize the notifications and stuff.
Yeah.
Or at least like have that little number that they have on iPhones.
Mm-hmm,
So I'll go in my email, I'll click select all, and I'll just all mark them as open. Just to get rid of that thing. Like I won't even like look at it. I'll just mark it as open.
I've been trying to get a hold of you for the last 2 weeks, Joe Angel, via email.
Via email.
It's the only way. That's how kids communicate in the 90s.
In the 90s, email. Hey, bro, you gonna be on AIM later on?
Oh, dude, don't
Dude,
make me cry, man.
You remember AIM?
Oh, dude, it was peak, like probably early 2000s. Early 2000s, you just chatting away. I had some of the best conversations on AIM, and I wish, text message doesn't do what AIM did. I don't know what the difference was. Like we all knew. Here's the thing: we had to be in a place. Like you had to be sitting in front of your computer, and we were all sitting in front of our computer, and we were chatting with people that we knew were sitting there responding to you. So you knew they were doing it, like doing the same thing you were doing at the same time. Now, text message, you're in a text group. It's like, you could be like, shopping or out in lunch or, like watching a movie. And it's just just the fact that you're not like having to sit upright in a computer chair in front of a big, fat back computer. Yeah. It's not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's less, there's less connection on that AIM. Even though like, even that was a disconnection.
Yeah.
I sound like an old man. You know what? What am I talking about, Joey? We talk about this show. You just let me go. This is how it happened. Last time we talked about, you talked about how we talked about the wrong anime, and you just let me go. Reel me in, Joe Angel.
Reel him in. I'll let you get there because it all culminates to at the time of AIM. It's because the internet was still new back then, so we were all amazed by it. We're all enamored by it. So that was a big point of it. Is like there's this new thing where we can talk to not just your friends. You could talk to somebody from a different state. You could talk to somebody from the other side of the world.
Hmm.
Like it was the whole. It was we were in that time era of when the world was starting to connect via the internet. So I think like stuff like that, like AIM and stuff, was
Hmm.
so big and people were so into it because of that. And like nowadays, kids nowadays, they're born into like all the stuff, and it's just a normal thing for them.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's not like some huge achievement that it was for us.
So tell me then, when is this show? Like, when is this?
So this show came out in July of 1998,
Okay, I can feel it.
and it ran for 13 episodes.
Oh, you said that like
13.
you're like Sal.
So
Sal.
only 13.
Listen here, you lazy bum. You could watch this show.
You see.
Okay.
But this was created by, it was created and co-produced by Yasuyuki Ueda, and it was written by Chiaki J. Konaka. And the show was directed by Ryato Nakamura. And so this came out, like I said, this came out in '98. So going back into, this is one that I picked up as a kid because this is a cyberpunk psychological horror techno terror type of anime. So this is like,
Techno-terror. That's a cool
this is
word.
more of like, yeah, this is more of like psychological, on the psychological side of scary.
Okay,
You know,
I can
of
feel
the
that.
stuff getting into like, getting into the unknown and stuff. So this was, so like I said, came out in '98, and it was this. I think I was about, let's see, 6. No. What was I? So I was probably around between the ages of 6 and 10. I would say.
I think I was on. I was on my first marriage. I was paying.
On your first. So
I had 2 jobs.
I was between, 2 jobs. I was between ages of 6 to 10. So I was like I said, I was a kid. We were at the local library in our hometown and renting. We were getting VHSs, tapes, as you would say back in the day. And I saw this cover of this cartoon. I was like, hey, I'm gonna get this. I think it had like the first tape had like, I think the first 3 episodes on it.
A cassette tape.
I watched
a cassette tape. Yo,
a cassette tape, dog.
You have to take.
Yeah. Oh,
Dang, bro.
go.
I love that.
And so I went back and I watched it, and I proceeded to watch the whole series as a kid. So imagine like how this first episode was to you now as an adult. Imagine me watching it.
I can't even.
Like, dude, it was so wild and crazy to me, but I was enamored by it. Like I went back and like got all the rest of the series because it was a weird thing that our library had all the whole series basically.
It seems. I mean,
And
even for me, like it seems adult. It seems like pretty adult. Like, I mean, it's like slow paced. Even just like the way it's like produced. It just seems like, it's not like kids need like a little bit of flair, a little bit of fire, a little bit of like quickness, a little bit of like it. But
fire,
this is
explosions.
Yeah. This is some slow paced like Steven Spielberg stuff that you just like picked up on as
it's like shining stuff because even throughout the show, like some of the scenes, like it's like just her. Like there's one scene where there's her walking down a set of stairs, but like to the what would be her left side of her, it's kind of just all white. She has one shadow cast in, but there's another part on her right side there's a shadow cast, but the shadow is the way it's colored. It's like
Yeah.
ominously. It's like purple and red dots. It's like real kind of just abstract
Hmm.
kind of coloring, and that's throughout the whole episode. Like those little bits and pieces, the way their scenes are drawn and taken up, like that style and stuff is like to me what also helps with like the spookiness and like psychological aspect of it.
Yeah,
Um,
I as a like psychological thriller kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I tell you this right now, Joe Angel. Tonight we're gonna watch a scary movie. I'm bringing back scary movie night at my house, so I invite other people who,
scary movie night.
dude,
Yeah. What are you watching?
nobody likes scary movies that I like. You know, the missus don't like it. I
Yeah.
have other friends. They
Yeah.
do not like scary movies, but there's just a few of us, and a
Yeah.
lot of my family. I don't know what it is about my family that enjoys scary movies. I think it's the Mexican in us. Is it because I'm Mexican, like La Llorona,
I
like
think so.
the Cucuy?
I guess yeah, because like my family, like that's a big thing for us. It's like we all watch scary
Yo,
movies.
I never
So
really
like
thought about it.
we'll go if there's a new scary movie, we'll go watch it
Like
together.
I'm trying to think, like Hispanics or Latinos or Mexican, like do we all like? Do you know of anybody that's like Mexican that doesn't like scary movies? I don't think I do.
I don't think so.
That's so weird, right? So like,
I don't think
we're
so.
all showing up tonight.
My friend, he's not real big into
Uh-huh.
scary, but
I'll
he'll
let you
watch some
know.
scary
We're
stuff.
watching Smile, but because I hadn't seen it
Uh,
yet, and the next one's coming out.
yeah,
But like, so like watching this show and like seeing, it has to like what this show is doing right now is creating a like tone, like like with the
yeah,
coloring, with the like quietness, like the less I think less is always more, like so you don't if
yeah,
you don't show a whole lot, it has you wonder about things. Like there are scary movies that they've shown too much. Like the recent like Alien
yeah,
movies, like the new ones, they showed the entire Alien, and it's just kind of like that's not as
yeah,
scary as the old school like showing just a bit of the alien. Like just being able to having it shrouded in darkness. That's what makes something scary. Like you have to use your imagination and setting up like a feeling, and that's what the show is doing pretty
yeah,
successfully. Go on.
yeah. Because it's taken in. So this was animated by Triangle
Hmm.
Staff. So that's the company that animated and did all the crazy stuff, all the
I
um,
feel like it's like the
it's
same people that did Gundam, or who was it that I forget. We talked about it, and it was one of the animes that I kind of like we chatted about, but they were more into um, doing making sure everybody's like anatomically correct. Like they're not
yeah, yeah,
cartoon drawings. They're proportionally correct, and that's
yeah,
what you see in a lot of this. They're really trying to ground it into
yeah,
almost a
yeah,
reality.
yeah. Yes, because like some of the other stuff they worked on was uh they worked on Magic Users Club. They worked on Psychic Force. They worked on Macross Plus. They worked some other stuff because it was established by some former members of Madhouse, which is another studio which Madhouse did. Is one that did Wolf Children and Parasite the Maximum, Ninja
Okay.
Scroll. Like it was some of the staff that was from that company that produced that. So you can kind of see some similarities as far as how they're drawn. Like even like in Wolf
Hmm.
Children, like how she's drawn. Like they're still drawn like they're not too anime. They're more anatomically
Yeah,
correct, and so you
I
can
can see
feel
that.
that from the drawing in these. And so, but as far as like some of the going behind the scenes, and so some of the stuff like some of the interviews, so like um, the ideas and stuff going back to it. Um, this is more of like a ova. Like this was just
Okay.
there's no real manga that came before it. This was the first thing that it did, and it's just like the one limited series. Now there is a manga. It's more of like a kind of like a spinoff called The Nightmare Fabrication, which that came out in '99. So that came out a year after the anime came out.
Interesting.
So yeah, and so it's like the whole idea of this. And let's see here. Go to my notes, guys. And this is where we get interesting because my notes are crazy.
I mean,
uh,
our notes are crazy, Joe and Joe.
so
That's
our notes are crazy, guys. Let's see here. So like a lot of the writing staff, the authors, the writers, they were influenced by Neon Genesis Evangelion. So for those of you who have seen Neon Genesis Evangelion, like you can tell some of the ideas and some of the what do you call oh my gosh, my words are not coming out today, guys.
future Joe Angel. Edit in the
Just say
word.
influences. Yeah,
Okay, there you
edit in the word. You can tell like the influence and stuff from the writing,
go. Okay.
from that. Um, but they also took like from some of the other stuff, like some horror movies like The Exorcist,
Mm-hmm.
Hell House, House Dark Shadows, like some of those, like just the eeriness of it, the kind of setting using the sound and like just the background noise and stuff, like because it's like those horror movies, like it's really like dialogue is kind of key what they're talking about, but it's like the eeriness in the background of stuff happening,
Yeah.
like especially for like Exorcist. Like Exorcist, like it's not just what they're talking about, it's like what's happening in the background. It's what's like gonna be the main push for the scariness.
13 episodes. I'm
13.
wondering. So, like, have you seen this since you were a kid, or is this something you're revisiting
I
now?
always like go back to it.
Okay.
I always go back to it because like so this is so the oh my gosh, where to put it? Like the intro song, like that song.
Dude,
Uh
that
the
song,
that song
it still slaps.
go
Like
hard.
like it's 98, but I'm like, I wrote
Yeah.
down. I was like, I love this coffee shop pop music, dude. It's like straight up like
Yeah.
it's inspirational, man. I was like, I want to either see this band or I want to be part of this band or I need
Yeah.
more of this band. Like I want more of this music. It's
So the intro song is
nuts.
called Duvet, and it's performed by the English rock band, I think it's pronounced Boa. So this is a British rock band that they took the song from.
Wild, dude.
And they so like every now and then I'll like catch myself just thinking about that song. Like I downloaded it on my playlist. I have it on there. And so like I'll have it and it'll come up and I'm just like, oh yeah, I
I'm looking
remember
it up
this.
right
Like,
now.
it's just a song as a song by itself, it's just
It
slaps.
really is. I was like, dude, this
But
is just it's so chill and cool. Like it's just
yeah. Like it fits with this anime so well.
so
Like with the feeling and style
this
of
was
it.
probably a song, right? And they just kind of slapped it on there. It wasn't just like, oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
theme
yeah.
song written for the show.
Yeah, no, this was the a song, and they like cut it the whole. Hey, can we use this? Yeah, cool. All right, cool. It's kind of like how the pillows, like pillows for FLCO.
Dude, I just looked it up. Have you looked it up? Have
Dude,
you looked it up on Spotify? It has
I haven't looked up Spotify.
510 million listens.
Million, dog. I'm telling you, Dick, it's a banger, as the kids would say, dog.
Dude, they have millions and millions of listens, and yeah, I
And one of them's about to be
yeah.
me.
Hey, add 510 million and one.
And what? uh, but yeah, and so going back into the anime and stuff. So this actually got licensed in North America in 1999. So a year after this got licensed and dubbed and was out. And so by I think let's see, in December of 2002, Tech TV announced that they're actually going to air it as part of their programming block for
Mm.
anime. And so this got like a release in North America on TV. But yeah, like I said, like dubbing wise, like I said, going back then, this is talking about like the internet and stuff like that. This was one that kind of came out and kind of dubbed quickly because I had to go back and like actually look too because I've looked this up before, way back in the day because I had like this was one that stuck with me from my
Mm.
childhood. And so like I had like went back and actually looked at it, looked it up and stuff, and like realizing like, man, this just seemed like for back then it seemed pretty quick that it got picked up and licensed and dubbed. Because I was like, man, I remember watching this as a kid and being like, yo, this is wild.
Hey, did you say you found this in the library or you found this at Hastings?
In the
Okay,
library,
okay.
bro.
Both those
Yeah,
is, I mean, this, yeah,
both
they
those.
still that on VHS. Wild, son.
Yeah, wow. Like I said, this was
But
just,
back,
and for being where we're from, like that was the thing too. Like that was
was
crazy.
it was it in dub for you or were you watching it sub?
No, it was all in
Okay,
dub.
wild, dude. That's
Yeah, because like I said, the voice and stuff. Like, so this was one of the ones since I watched it in dubs
mm,
first. Uh, I'm still like okay, uh, and like kind of prefer the dub
oh
on this one
snap! Don't let the
because
community
like
come after you, Joe Angel, for saying this. Somebody gonna snip this out and
they're
be
gonna,
like, "Get him!
hey, throw him back, get him,
Get
get him,
give me your
take him
weeb
out.
card, bro. You can't have it anymore."
Get it. But yeah, no, this is like since I think that's just because too, like I said, I watched this when I was a kid. I watched it in dub. And it's just like Dragon Ball Z. Like I watched Dragon Ball Z dub because I was,
Hmm.
back in the day in America, that's how we had it. And so, but yeah, I like all in all, like the ideas and stuff that it deals with, which I don't
I
want to
was gonna
spoil too
say,
much, but
don't do it. Don't do
yeah,
it.
because it already like you can kind of tell where it's going as far as what it's dealing
Uh,
with.
but here's the only thing. I'd have to watch it. The only way to get this is to get it straight up bootleg. You know what I'm saying? Like, is
Bootleg,
it,
son.
that I couldn't find it anywhere else. Like, am I wrong?
Yeah. Well, that's like too because I used to be able to find it on like
Yeah.
Crunchyroll and stuff, and there's some other sites. But even like when I think when you go to like Prime
Hmm.
2 video, it's on there, but it's region locked. Like it's not available in America.
Yeah. So yeah.
And so I don't know because like I said, I used to be able to like, oh, it's here on this side, I could
Hmm.
go watch it. Like even on Crunchyroll, like it's it has it on there, but it says not available anymore. So like it still like shows like, hey, or you can still like look it up
Hmm.
where to watch, and it'll say Crunchyroll, and it'll take you to the site, but it'll say not available anymore on Crunchyroll. So
It's too.
I think it's like it's too
That's probably what
crazy.
it is. It's like they know something about the singularity, and it's probably exposed in this show, and they're like, get it off the internet before Elon Musk sees it.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta stop Elon, man. We can't we can't give
Don't
him
let
any
him watch
ideas.
this show. He
We gotta
knows.
stop
He's like, wait a
him.
second, I can put it all together now. I can,
I can do
I
this.
can live inside of Twitter. You know, like
I
we
can
can't let
live in Twitter. I can become books.
we can't let Elon Musk see this. Okay, everybody's don't. You know what? Keep this episode to yourself out there. But
Keeping it
I'm
to
not gonna
yourself.
keep it to myself because I'm about to guac talk this bad boy. How about that?
Guac talked his bad
I
boy
mean,
for
we've already
us.
talked about the highlights of some of this show already. You know, the sound engineering, the ominous feeling, the slow. I like a nice slow pace show or movie. I want there to be some world building, and I think that's what this show is really kind of doing that for me. This kind of like, who is this girl? You know, what is she like? Is, you know, she's awkward. You know, like let's establish all that kind of stuff, and it takes the time to do that. So that's already a plus for me, already a check.
Yeah.
I also like scary or thriller or creepy, shows, and it's spooky season, babies. So
Spooky season,
let's get
y'all.
into this. Let's lean in. So another check. Love that. As far as the show, like it is, I would consider this like a. It's kind of weird to say it, but it's a period piece now. Like this is ancient. This is, gosh, this is 25, 26 years old. So it's,
yeah. This is
which I actually like, because I kind of like, I know what's going on. Like I know, I was once, young and on the computer, and like didn't know anything about it. The internet is a scary place, by the way.
It is.
That's all you gotta do. You could come out with a scary movie called
like
Internet, and I'd be like, oh, dude, it's so scary.
Scariest thing ever.
So that to be said, would I continue to watch this? Oh, the biggest one. I didn't even mention this one, Joe Angel. 13 episodes. You knew when he's like 13 episodes, bro. Yeah. Like, and it's done, right? Like we're talking like, it's the series. It's an OVA, and as an OVA, they didn't expect to make any more of this. They're just like, this is gonna be it.
Yeah,
and
it was just this one thing.
And and I'm hoping it ties up with a decent ending, or like they land the plane.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now at the reviews. I don't know if you've seen this. There's 253 Google reviews, and they've got 4.7 out of 5 stars. That's a really good review. I mean, is it because people are more nostalgic? There's a couple 1 stars. There's very few 2, a couple 4, but it is like dominated by 5 stars. So, I mean, I don't let other people's reviews, don't let my review influence you, by the way, but if I were to go 1 out of 5 chatbots on AIM that I'm chatting with, like just to be funny and see what they say to us. Remember that? Remember when you get on a chatbot and they're just like,
yeah,
this is early AI, and they just, they just said nothing. It didn't make. They were just the same response over and over again. Like, what is this?
No sense.
You didn't even answer my question. I'm chatting with at least for spooky season, probably 3.5. 3.5. I'm above. Like, I think I can continue to watch this because I kind of want to figure out what's happening. They've done a good job in like leaving just enough breadcrumbs, just enough, cliffhanger for me to go, okay, we gotta find out what happened to Chisa, and I need to know how to make my email less of a mess. Maybe they figure that in the show too. If they can figure out how to make my email less of a mess, then I'm hooked, Joe Angel. If I could become part of the singularity, and we figure that out, the singularity, like, man, we got to get rid of spam, dude. If we can get rid of spam,
get rid of spam,
dude.
All good, bro.
Give me that
spam. Upgrade the ad blockers. So
give me that neural link in my brain. I'm watching this show. I think I'm going to continue to watch it, especially for spooky season, bro. Because
yeah, it is spooky. Like I said, it's that psychological thriller. And if you're like into that stuff, this is a good one for you because it gets like
I'm already
haven't watched the series. Like, dude,
I'm thrilled.
It's a good one to watch. Which this will be one like isn't for everybody.
Okay,
So,
okay. Well, you know what? Let's just say it's for me,
like,
and I'm thrilled, Joe Angel. Yeah, I'm
it's for
thrilled.
me. It's for me. And if you're thrilled, we're thrilled. And the way to make us thrilled is by hitting those likes, hitting those shares, hitting those subscribe buttons on all the podcasting platforms that we have, guys. And also, you can show us love by going to our website, anime-me.com, where you can also find a list of all our episodes. You can find the links to all the socials, and you can order yourself your own Anime Me shirt for the holidays, guys, because they're coming around,
Get you one.
dog. Because you want to be, it's spooky season, but we want to be fashionably
Yeah,
spooky,
we want to be
guys.
dripped out, son.
Gotta be dripped out, son. You know what I mean, guys? And as always, we want to thank you for joining us on Anime Me Pod. I've been Joe Angel as my co-host out, and we will see you on the next one. Liz.
これはアニメミーでした。これから帰国の旅を始めます。ご清聴ありがとうございました。